So my hero's war arc is it's obvious it's finally starting to reach its conclusion. Um we get to see the all for one and one for all talking to one another in this prestige world along with Nana. Well, Deku just sits there like can't do shit. Overall, it was a solid chapter. It was pretty hype, especially the ending. Um, it's kind of hard to tell right now which way it's gonna go. Because I mean, all for one, I don't think he's ready to take over Shigaraki's body. Because he he mentions that you need your body at 100%. You know, and I really hope to God, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do not want another Kaguya Otsutsuki situation. It was trash in Naruto, and it'll be trash in this anime. Okay. Um. Personally, I want Shigaraki to get his body to 100%. All for one, think he's gonna do something, and then Shigaraki just kills his ass. I still think that's what's gonna happen, and I hope that is the case. But all for one, tells Shigaraki he needs to, fall back and retreat. He's not ready for this fight yet. Because they failed to persuade his brother to give up the power, because apparently one for all can't be stolen. It has to be given away. And at first you might be like, okay, that's kind of like ass pull. It's like, oh, you know, we had literally this entire fight has mostly been because Shigaraki wanted to steal the quirk and All for One wanted to steal the quirk. And then they finally do it, and you're like, oh, no, you can't. It has to be willingly given away. That's kind of irritating, and at the surface, it does almost seem like an ass pull. But we always have to remember that in the first, very beginning of the story, All Might did say, I can give you this power. So, it's underlined there kind of saying that it was set up that way. But it still does feel a little cheap. Kind of like plot armor, plot device. But it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. I mean, at least it did have some kind of underlining. What I did love was Shigaraki when, he finally meets his grandmother and he's having some flashbacks about her, and he's like, don't worry, I still hate your fucking guts, bitch. I'm like, oh, God, I love Shigaraki. Shigaraki is the best thing in this freaking manga, hands down. Period. Period. Shigaraki is the GOAT. But, aside from that, nothing really happens other than some out back and forth about why they can't steal the quirk and what they're going to do to make sure they help Deku become the best of. Be the best Deku that you can! Oh, but after that, it goes to this pretty cool panel where it shows Deku and Shigaraki floating in the air where they've both been like, kind of like a classic Dragon Ball fight where like both the enemies have been knocked, or both Goku and the enemies been knocked back, and they're just floating through the air. That was pretty cool. After that, we cut over to Gigantomachia continuing to destroy stuff like a savage beast. And we see the league talking. Compress and Dabi and them are speaking, and then Toga's there. And then I don't remember the exact words, but he says something. I think it was Compress says something to Toga about, is she okay with this or something. Then Toga starts talking about, basically, aren't heroes supposed to protect people? Are we not people too? And she's like, she starts talking about where they kill twice. Where Hawks kill twice. Um, and you can tell she's ready to fuck some shit up, because she's like, once I ask Izuku and Ochaku about that, then I'll be fine. And she has this really pissed off look on her face. It's great. That is great. I'm really glad to see that Horikoshi's using that to at least progress Toga's character. And I expect Toga to eventually, because he's not dead yet, Hawks isn't. I do expect Toga to kill Hawks later in the story. And honestly, I think that's fitting. He deserves to die. I hate Hawks. He's a piece of garbage. And I hate Tokiyami for protecting Hawks. Now, get it in the confines of the story. Obviously, understand why Tokiyami did it. It doesn't mean I'm still not pissed off about it. I want Hawks to die. Dude's a piece of shit. We all know it. Fuck him. I hope Toga slices his damn everything off. Period. But I do like that dynamic that Horikoshi's bringing forth with Toga here. It's like, hey, are we still not people too? Are you not supposed to protect people? It's like, in this current situation, it's not like Twice was even able to do anything. He was literally killed in freaking cold blood. Okay? I'm getting mad just thinking about it, dude. Twice was fucking awesome. Hawks is a sack of shit, and I hope Toga kills him. Really do. But yeah, given what's been said with this chapter, and then what we saw there, I have no doubt that Natomaki and them is going to make it to Shigaraki, and then they're going to bounce, and it's going to be like a stalemate. Really not the way I wanted everything to turn out. I really wanted that whole Shigaraki destroys everything, and everybody still flee Japan. But it's whatever. It's still not, so far, proven to be a bad ending. We'll see where it goes, because Shigaraki still whooped some ass. I'm really hot to see what happens with Toga. Because, if you set this up and then nothing happens to Hawks and Toga just gets dusted, seriously, Horikoshi, that'd be some fucking bullshit. But he hasn't let us down yet, so we're going to see where it goes. I don't really know what you do after this fight. You got some... I'm really hoping for a time skip, honestly. And have the students come back as second or even third years. That would be so hype! We still got Annie. She's still trying to learn how to control her powers. Oh, dude. There's a lot to come with freaking My Hero. It's going to be so hype! But we're not there yet. We'll see. What do you think? Are you expecting Toga to whoop up some ass? Do you think Shigaraki is going to get out of this without getting captured or whatever? I do. Because, Gatomaki shows up. They ain't fucking with that. Period. Not in this state. How do you feel about Hawks? Do you agree? Do you think Hawks needs to die? I do. And I hope it's Toga that kills him. But, maybe someone has a different opinion. If you do, just let me know.